My brother's best friend cheated on me and my brother told me I shouldn't break up with him because it would upset his friend, so now my brother won't speak to me and my mom is siding with him. Posted by you/communication, Fit3498. Hey everyone, I'm really trying to make sense of the absolute movie I've been thrown in. For context, I, 20F, was dating my ex-boyfriend, 21M, for 2 years. My ex is my brother's best friend from childhood, so I basically grew up with him. I always had a crush on him but only did something about it after high school when we started dating. He was my world. We were perfect. There wasn't a day he wasn't by my side. I really loved him. 2 weeks ago, I found out he cheated on me with a girl at a party. He came to me immediately afterward, crying and asking me for forgiveness. I shattered, literally shattered, like glass. I didn't even respond. I grabbed my keys and left him in my own house. My brother called me a few hours later, saying he heard what happened and tried to comfort me. We talked for a while, and I told him that I'm breaking up with him. He said that wasn't a good idea. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Not a good idea that I break up with a guy who cheated on me? He complained that my ex was his best friend and he would be really bummed if I broke up with him. Like what? I told him I really didn't care. I didn't even think he'd still want to be friends with him after finding out he cheated on his sister. Anyway, I'm not getting back together with him. Don't get me wrong, I loved him a lot, but he cheated on me and that's a level of disrespect I will never tolerate. My brother and I are not on speaking terms, and my mom is kind of on his side. She said that he's just defending his friend, but I'm literally his sister. There's a lot more that went on in between, but I don't want to make this post too long. Let me know if you want me to go into more detail. Am I the jerk? Relevant comments. Commenter 1, so. Who's your brother cheated on? You know, kind stays with kind. OP, you're not wrong, but honestly my brother has never been able to keep a talking stage, much less a girlfriend. However, if he does end up cheating on someone, I won't be surprised. Commenter 2, NTA. Because of your brother's actions, now he gets to share the award your ex already gets. You are 100% in the right, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Honestly, your brother's actions are worse than your ex's in my opinion. As a brother myself with a younger sister, that is a sacred bond he broke. I am so sorry you are dealing with this. I seriously hope he realizes he messed up and makes things right. OP, I agree. The worst part is that this is absolutely not like him. He used to be super protective, and all throughout high school he threatened to beat up any guy who came near me. I don't know what happened. Commenter 3, his friend is known so you deemed safe? He didn't need to wear the mantle anymore? Playing the stereotype of in high school brother? Was it love or obligation? OP, honestly, I really did love him. I had a huge teenage girl crush on him all throughout high school, but I was scared it would get complicated or he'd reject me. I'd even write about him in my journal. It was really embarrassing. Commenter 4, was your brother with him at the party? By the way, NTA. On the other hand, your brother is an ass. This is the kind of stuff you remember for the rest of your life. Update me. OP, he wasn't with him at the party, and quite honestly, I don't think there was a party. I think it was just a scapegoat. Update 1, the next day. Hey again, so some of you wanted me to go into more detail, and some of you had some questions about my brother, and how he felt about our relationship at first. I'll start with saying that when I told my brother, 22M, I was breaking up with his best friend, he was angry. I mean like really mad. He kept telling me that I was trying to hurt his best friend and have him deal with a bummed out friend and whatnot. Obviously, I was taken aback. He then went to go tell on me to my mom. My mom called me really upset. She said that I should stop working my brother's nerves and all kinds of nonsense. I told her the full story because obviously my brother didn't. I told her how my ex cheated on me. All she said was, oh, then hung up. I hadn't heard from her since. I won't lie, my mom has always favored my brother, but I excused it as a boy-mom thing. She's never neglected me or treated me badly before, she just had an obvious favorite. I've also never been one to do the most for anyone's approval. A few of you had questions about my brother too, like if he was a cheater too, and if he approved of my relationship in the first place. For the first question, my brother is a loser. He's really immature, so naturally girls don't want to spend a lot of time with him. I've told him several times that he should grow up or he'll be single forever. So, to answer your question, my brother has never even had the chance to cheat. As for the second question, my brother found it awkward at first but then he got over it. Plus, me dating his best friend meant he'd practically see him 24/7, so I guess he didn't mind that much. He just didn't like the PDA and all that stuff. There isn't much to update on. My ex has tried and failed to contact me. All my friends have blocked him, and no one is giving him any of my info. He's even tried contacting my boss. My brother is still insisting I talk to my ex. I continue to tell him to leave me alone. My mom is radio silent, and honestly, it's for the best. Will I get over this? Sure, but it'll take some time. I don't think this is something to get therapy over, but it'll need some healing. Thank you for all your lovely comments and messages. It's comforting to know there are people on my wavelength who understand that cheating is loser behavior and tolerance for it is even weirder. Relevant comments. Up on being groomed, I don't think I was groomed. I had always had a crush on him. He never really seemed interested in it, much too busy being a boy. Plus, we're only a few months apart. We spend most of the year being the same age, so I don't think so. To be honest, I wouldn't be able to point out whether it was grooming or not, but I don't think so. Commenter 1, do you live alone? I suggest you reach out to your brother and tell him how hurt you are about him putting his best friend above you, his only sister. Let him know you will be going low contact, and if he still tries to suggest you forget that your ex cheated and get back with him, you will cut him out of your life. Also text your ex and tell him to not contact you or your employer, and that if he does it again you will report him for harassment. If you live alone, change your locks and then your number. OP, I live in an apartment with a roommate, but I live close to home so I visit often. I think I'll be limiting those visits too. Commenter 2, thanks for the update. I hope your mother comes around, but I wouldn't hold my breath. She is likely fully on your brother's side, which is a shame, considering that would put her on the same side as your cheating ex. Where is your dad in all this? Still NTA, screw cheaters and everyone who defends or sides with them. OP, thanks for the comment. Unfortunately, my dad passed when I was really young, so he's not in the picture. Update 2, the next day. Hey again. I contemplated posting this for hours because it's just so much and so little at the same time. Edit, I want to preface this by saying that I'm 1000% not getting back together with anyone. I'd made my decision from the beginning, and they can try all they want, but it's not happening. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who commented and messaged me offering support and advice. It really means a lot to me. I stalk this sub often, so the community means a lot. I spoke to my ex again, through text, to tell him to leave me alone and stop trying to contact me. I also told him to come get the stuff he left at my apartment. He went on to tell me that he needed to tell me something, that he needed to tell me the truth. I did not respond, but he kept texting anyway. He proceeded to tell me that he made everything up, the cheating story and everything. Obviously, I didn't believe him at first, but then he went on. However, you guys need to understand that I really love this man and have for years, so there's a part of me that wants to take his word for it. Anyway, he told me that he planned the whole thing with my brother, like it was some kind of sick prank. Who does that? He called it a test. A test, for what? He told me to call my brother and tell him to tell me the truth. Keep in mind that all of this happened in a day, so it was crazy. He went on and on about how much he still loves me and how he wishes he never listened to my brother. I felt physically sick. It felt like whiplash. A few hours later, I called my brother and told him to open up, just to see his reaction and if I get a similar story from him. Surprisingly, his story was somewhat similar, except he made it look like he was just told to keep up with the lie rather than being part of the planning. He also told me that he was urging me to get back with my ex because he knew that nothing really happened and we would have broken up over nothing. I still think that is very stupid. I really don't know what to think. Who is telling the truth? Why did I need to be tested? Why the hell am I still in love with this jerk? A lot of questions and no answers. A few of you had some issues with my mom, and they're all justified. From a young age, I knew she had her favorites, but I am very likable, so if I wasn't getting her attention it really didn't bother me. I know that sounds cocky, but it's the truth. We talked, and she told me that she hadn't known that I was cheated on until I told her, and gave me a curt apology. I also don't know if she's telling the truth. She also told me that she scolded my brother for lying to her and hurting my feelings, as if that was meant to make me feel better. Anyway, our relationship will continue to strain, so I'd rather not focus on that. Some of you ask where my dad is in all this. Unfortunately, my dad is no longer with us. He passed away 12 years ago, and it still breaks my heart. I was always told that I was the apple of his eye, and his world didn't seem complete until I was born. I carry him with me everywhere I go. I find comfort in the idea that he would have stuck up for me right now. I love him so much even to this day. I'm currently typing all this very late at night because I've been pondering all day. This has practically consumed my life, and I'm sick of it. It also doesn't help that my town is relatively tiny, and everyone from my graduating class already knows everything. I'm more fed up than I'm sad, but I won't let it bother me for too long. But seriously, can whoever is controlling the TV show that is my life give me a break? Thank you all for reading. I really appreciate it. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. The prank story is a lie that your ex and brother came up with as an excuse to get you back together. Stick to your guns and move on with your life. It will not get better, only worse from here. Commenter 2, 100%. Original story says he came to her crying. That's pretty good acting for a prank. Even if he was actually lying for a prank, which I doubt, why would you stay with someone who would manipulate you and play with your feelings like that? How could you possibly trust him again? OP, that's exactly what I told him. Why would he put so much effort into it if it isn't true? Commenter 3, Op, it sounds like you have no support in your town or from your family. Quietly look for a job somewhere else, then disappear without telling anyone where you went. Start fresh, without all the judgment. OP, that'll be kind of difficult considering I go to school here. My town isn't a problem, I'm more upset that people outside my circle already know about it. I'll definitely be getting out of here after I graduate though. Commenter 4, Phew, man, what a wild update. Do you know the girl he cheated with? I'm like, this is all verifiable very easily. Regardless, I'd stick to your guns like everyone else is saying. OP, I considered looking, but I felt it was pointless, and also I really didn't want to know what she looked like. I'm a black woman in a little white town, which I love, but I feel like it would hurt if I knew he cheated on me with someone who looked nothing like me.